So Caitlin Johnstone has some opinions on the debates, the second debate, and she thinks that Kamala Harris actually won. Here's the headline: Kamala Harris is everything the establishment wants in a politician, which is very true. And here's some of Caitlin's pros. Caitlin makes me laugh. I think she's very funny. I think people often forget about that part about her, that she's very, very funny. Or not forget about it, but it's like, it's something people don't mention all the time. But her pros are actually really, really funny. And that's one of the things I really appreciate about her a lot. California Senator Kamala Harris won the Democratic presidential debate Thursday night. It was not a close contest. Now, I don't know if I'd go as far as to say she won per se. I think it's hard to say that there is a straight-up winner. I will say the biggest loser in night two, Joe Biden. Joe Biden got his head handed to him time and time again. And one of the reasons where I can see one would say Kamala Harris, it was the winner. And again, this is speaking strictly from debate standpoints. Kamala Harris had some very strong moments in there, but it was just rhetoric. A lot of the stuff Kamala Harris was saying, if you look at her record, as I said in the news and poem from last week, her words do not match her actions. And that was the case in this debate. For anyone that knew anything about her, they knew she was just straight up lying pretty much the entire time. For somebody who doesn't know anything about her, and this was just their first exposure to her, they might come off thinking she's a great candidate. And of course, she raised her hand for Medicare for All, but again, she's already backpedaled on that. You cannot trust her at all when it comes to Medicare for All. She has backpedaled so many times. She courts the private insurance industries. Here in California, when she could have done something for Medicare for All, she did absolutely nothing. She was completely silent, still remains that way. So, from a strict debate standpoint, and yes, I had to wipe a little bit of cat hair out of my eye. It's summertime. Somebody's shedding a bunch. A bunch. She's shedding a ton. I brush her all the time, but it's summertime. It doesn't matter. She's a black cat. This is Southern California. She's Sheddy Magoo. I'm talking about you. I'm calling you Sheddy Magoo. Are you mad, bro? She's so adorable. So anyway, here's why I think Biden... So Biden got his head handed to him multiple times by almost everyone on that stage. And Kamala Harris, of course, had that moment. That was very theatrical, yes, but still, it's going to give her some sound bites. So Joe Biden, if you notice, was actually straight up playing the sympathy card. That's what Joe Biden was reduced to. I call that the John McCain method of debating. Do you guys remember in 2008 where eventually John McCain just got to this point where he wanted people to just feel sympathy for him? He's like, I know you guys want your cool hip president that uses a computer. I get it. Joe Biden's already playing that game. When you looked at, whenever they would ask Joe Biden a question, he had this look on his face like he was just asking for directions to the grocery store and he was very confused as to where it was. Like, I just gotta get eggs or my wife's gonna be mad. That's the look he had on his face. And it was on purpose. Don't be fooled by this. Joe Biden wanted to play that. Oh, he didn't understand the question a couple times. He wanted to praise Obama every opportunity he could because he wanted you to remember him as just friendly, fun Uncle Joe. Because remember, as vice president, he was pretty much silent on everything. So people created this character of him that was very likable. And it was fake. It was just made up. He wants to coast on that character. Because when you actually look into him, you find out this guy's been on the wrong side of the fence for 40 fucking years. War after war after war, issue after issue after issue. And he was unmasked a lot in that debate to the point where all he could do was try to play the sympathy card. Oh, feel bad for me. I'm just friendly old Uncle Joe. I don't know anything about the crimes bill. I don't know anything about segregationist. I don't know anything about the Patriot Act. I don't know anything about the Iraq War. Come on. I'm just that friendly guy who was the wise old man behind Obama who you liked. You liked Obama, right? Joe Biden's already playing that sympathy card. It's the John McCain method of debate. And what does that mean? That means he's done. That means he's over. And if somehow the establishment is able to tip the scale to the point where they end up successfully shoving Joe Biden down our throats, I don't think they're going to be able to at this point. But if they are somehow able to, and they do, Joe Biden will get trounced by Trump. It won't even be a contest. It won't even be a contest. And when that and don't blame progressives when it happens. Because that guy, I mean, he just has nothing to offer, and it's painfully obvious. And Kamala Harris had her moment where she handed him his head. Bernie had some moments at him too. So I can see how one would conclude that Kamala Harris won that debate because she came off looking way better compared to Joe Biden, and now she is the establishment's chosen one. You know, first, Beto was the chosen one. Then that didn't work out. So Kamala was the chosen one. Well, that didn't work out. People didn't catch on to Kamala right away. Buttigieg was the chosen one. That didn't catch either. Biden was the chosen one. Wise old Biden. He's the front runner by name recognition. Well, now he is sinking like the Titanic, so they got to kind of recycle the chosen ones. So Kamala's the establishment's chosen one right now. Because again, strictly speaking from a debate standpoint, she did a very good job. It was just rhetoric. It wasn't sincere. Lucy's like, it wasn't sincere. She wants me to pet her. She's like, you can pet me and talk at the same time. You can pet me and talk. I don't. All right, just let me move the computer back a little. I'm not going to stop petting you. There you go. I just got to be able to get to some stuff, Luce. So anyway, there's some pros from Caitlin Johnstone. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your